Bracelet or rubber strap, what should you put on your watch? Today I'm going to be answering this question for one man I saw on Reddit, and there are 4 things to take into consideration. As a disclaimer, I will say that most of the time I prefer a bracelet. I always wear a bracelet myself. There's something about a rubber strap that often reminds me of the first watches you get when you're a child, and it's those plasticky, elasticy materials that just take away a little bit of the luxury experience for myself. I think if you're going to spend money on a beautiful watch and you've got lovely metals and materials in the watch, and then you go and put a rubber strap around it, sometimes something about that to me just takes a little bit of the luxuriousness away. But that is just my opinion, and I have been swayed many times by the rubber strap look. So let's get to this man's question. Here is his watch. He has the Omega Seamaster Diver 300 meters. I like the watch, but this is the same watch on a different strap. See them both together. This one's better. Why? There are 4 things to really take into consideration when you're deciding for yourself. Number 1 is the bracelet itself. In this example, I think the original bracelet is too chunky. There's too much going on and it's too busy for the watch itself. When you replace that with a much more minimalistic rubber strap, it looks so much more vibrant and just fresher. It really makes the dial and the bezel just pop, and I think this is a much better version of the watch. So the bracelet is definitely something to look at, and whether making it a more minimalistic style of strap will actually enhance your watch's features more. Because with this watch, I just think the features of the face, like the dial and the bezel, I think they get drowned out by the chunky, very dramatic bracelet. The second thing to consider is the color. This rubber strap works so well because the colors complement each other beautifully, which allows the face to pop. You can either go for colors like this one, where they're quite similar colors, they're very complementary, it all looks like it blends quite well, or you can go for something crazy like the opposite ends of the color wheel, such as a green and a red. Those colors go very well. You're going to stand out a lot, but the colors still go. They are still complementary colors because they're the opposite ends of the color wheel, and you'll get your moment to shine. So that is the fun thing you can do with the rubber straps. You can really play around with the colors and get the look that you want to get from your watch. The third thing you want to consider is the feel of the material. I always go with a metal bracelet because I prefer the feel. The metal bracelet slides a little bit more easily up and down your wrist, and it's a cooler material, especially now it's like 30 something degrees. I much prefer sweating in a metal bracelet than I do in a rubber strap, because sometimes I feel a little bit sticky and claustrophobic in the rubber strap, but that's just me. That's a personal thing. So definitely try on the materials and see which one suits you better. Number 4 is the style of it. A metal bracelet does tend to give you that dressier, more luxurious feel, whereas a rubber strap gives it a more sportier feel. So a rubber strap is great for everyday wear. The metal bracelet can often be seen as more of a dressier type watch. So it really just depends what sort of look you're going for as well. To answer this man's question, I think the rubber strap is a much better version of his watch, and I would recommend going with the rubber strap, which is something I hardly do, but this time I concede. Another watch I think looks beautiful with the rubber strap is the Rolex Yachtmaster 40 with the black oyster flex strap, the ever rose gold. Here it is. It's beautiful. Absolutely stunning watch. I love it. Why does it work? Because the black strap goes with the black bezel, the dial, and it just makes that ever rose gold pop. The colors are complementary. and it just looks fantastic. So there are times I can be very, very swayed by a rubber strap look. Let me know, bracelet or rubber straps, in the comments below. Send in a photo of your watch and let me see what you've decided to go for. So that's it for this video. This has been my first ever YouTube video, so be nice. My name is Emily. I absolutely love watches and jewelry. I love talking about it. I sell it. It's my job. I work for Atlas Watches London, but this is just gonna be something I do once a week where we can discuss cool things and just create a really nice community around loving watches and jewelry. So I will see you next time. Bye.